next up, he's my QB2. You guys had him at QB3, and Brady said it was really close between him and Drake. So Pete says this. I don't disagree. I don't think any player in college football did more to help themselves last year than Jayden Daniels. Brady is the concern, just the fact that he, number one, 1 year wonder. Number two, that he probably weighs 210 pounds at 6'4".
No, because I think he'll put it on.
Okay.
I know he's a little older than most of these guys when they're coming into the league. So you'd think by this point in time he would have put more on. But I also, look, he's a dynamic runner. He's probably the closest thing as far as speed wise and his ability to create big plays with his legs, maybe since Lamar Jackson. Kyler Murray is just such a different type of runner. I don't know if I'd throw him in there. But I guess I'll just get right to my comp. I had it's a combination of guys. So I have Marcus Mariota as far as the production, looking at what he was able to do. Obviously, a fellow Heisman Trophy winner, true dual threat. But also I kind of had a mix of Dennis Dixon as far as the frame. If you'll remember him out of Oregon.
Yeah,
he would have been up for a Heisman had he not gotten injured and didn't quite work out as well, I think, when he got to this portion of heading into the NFL. But that's kind of how I see him. But I don't really have any reservations about him. I honestly feel like, again, this is a solid quarterback class, one in which he continues to get better and better and better, almost like a Jalen Hurts in that sense, where the more he plays, the better he gets. And I think that's what we've seen so far. So I don't know if we got any concerns. I think the only thing you look at is just say, all right, like Malik Neighbors, Brian Thomas Jr., easy to throw to at that level and have a ton of production. Like if he goes to a team that doesn't have that, right? Let's say New England at 3, will he be able to put up the same production? I think that's probably your only concern.
Who's your out of the box comp, Rick?
Yeah, no, I couldn't come out with an out of the box comp on this one because I've been going with Lamar since the Florida game when he made it look like a Madden football game where someone was playing against a college defense and he was running all over the place.
So, Brady, we talked to Jayden, we talked to Malik Neighbors and Brian Thomas Jr. at the Combine. Who do you think's the fastest?
I mean, looking at it, between who again? Jayden Daniels and
his two receivers, Malik and Brian.
I don't know. Brian Thomas has to be the fastest, right?
Jayden told us he was the fastest, and then Malik told us he was the fastest, and then Brian told us he was the fastest.
At least Brian competed at the Combine.
At least Brian competed at the Combine. Right. All right, so I'm guessing Brady number 2 is as high as Jayden can get drafted. You're not going number 1, are you?
No, 2, and then I think that he can't go any lower than 8. I would be shocked. Again, it's all dependent on what Atlanta does, but I don't see him getting outside the top 10. I think he's going to end up getting drafted somewhere between 2 and 8.
You agree with that, or do you think is 8 too low, Rick?
Yeah, no, I said 6. I don't think he could pass the Giants if it was at the Giants.
I feel like the Patriots are probably the worst landing spot just because the Patriots are in such disarray. I love Washington and I love Atlanta.
Atlanta would be a ton of fun to see, especially if you include a little bit of him in that running element with Bijan Robinson, the different things you can do with their personnel. That'd be a ton of fun to watch.
What do you think, Rick?
I'm not going to argue.
Oh, all right. Mark it down, Debo. He's not arguing. Must be talking to the owner trying to get me fired. All right.